Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the DArt MEWTWO figure. I figured I would take a look at this guy again because I've had people ask me to do it again over the year and 2 years since I reviewed it originally, and since he just came out with Smash Brothers not that long ago, I figure what the heck, I'll take a look at the figure. If you haven't purchased one before and you need to look for him on the internet, this is what his packaging looks like. It's mostly grayish white with some shininess and some pink and purple. If you get the first edition one, I believe that's how it worked, I don't really remember anymore, but you get the Mew figure included. That's what that sticker is. You may not see that, and that's okay, you just won't get Mew. That's what the back looks like, that's what the side, top, bottom, there's the packaging. Alright, let's look at the figure itself. He stands, depending on how you have him posed of course, but roughly about 13.5 centimeters, and that gives him about 5.5 inches. Very nice looking MEWTWO figure. It's not a perfect figure. A lot of people actually don't like it. I still like it despite its flaws, but it definitely could have been, I think, a little bit better. It's still pretty darn good though, and I'll point out all the issues as we go, of course. Let's look at what he comes with. First off, you get a unique, well, not unique, I suppose the other Pokemon probably have it, but I don't have them. Not a standard display stage is what I'm getting at. We get the Pokeball looking display stage, a few different peg holes in there. We get an upright piece, so that's pretty nice. And then we get a second upright piece, which again, you can just pop those out and peg this in. And this one is for the Mew accessory. I'm assuming the ones that don't come with Mew don't have the second stage. Not entirely sure though, since I don't have it. He's a little glossy for my liking, but he's not bad. A little bit of shading and then some paintwork on the eyes, and that's it. It's just a little accessory for the figure, nothing more. He has one alternate hand, which has a peg in it to hold his accessory, which looks pretty good. They have the dark blue shading to light blue to clear. Not too bad. He doesn't hold it very well though. It's a little problematic getting him to hold it. I'm not even going to bother doing it right now. I'll put some photos at the end so you can see that. But it's a cool looking accessory nonetheless. And that's it. So he's lacking accessories a little bit, and he's got some flaws with the figure itself, but again, it's a nice looking figure, and it's probably the only MEWTWO figure we will ever get. So I gotta say, it's not bad enough that I can't recommend it. I do recommend it, and like I said, I personally do like it. He does have shading throughout all of the light spots, and he's got the dark spot for the belly and the tail. I don't think it's supposed to get lighter, but it is kind of lighter from this point going forward, so that's a little bit problematic. I do like the paintwork for the eyes. They're nice and glossy, and they look pretty cool. As far as the articulation for the head, the neck is on a ball peg, and then the head is on a ball peg on top of the neck there, so you can pretty much pose the head however you want to. This piece is soft, and it just kind of tucks into that hole in the back of his head. I wish it was a little bit longer so that it wouldn't just pop out every time you move the head. It tends to do that, but it's not a big deal, and they did a pretty good job, I guess, with it as it is. For the shoulders, we get kind of a really confusing design because it doesn't work that well. It's kind of like a double ball peg hinge. I don't know. You get pretty limited range of motion though. It's actually very, very limited. You get a bicep swivel though, and double jointed elbow. That works really well. It's just so limited in that shoulder. I don't know why they did it that way. For the wrist, be careful, those break easily. It's just a double peg for the wrist. And then the fingers are all pegged also, which doesn't look that good, but I guess it's okay for posing. It's just not that great. I don't know, I think that could have been better also. This was in the DArts line, and they tended to not be as thought out, I guess, as the figure arts, but now that DArts is gone, who knows, maybe we'll get a new MEWTWO from the figure arts line. I don't know. We have at least a single ball peg, maybe a double for the torso, which works pretty well. You can lean forward, lean back, side to side, in every way. That's good. Lower torso, at least a single ball peg again. Pretty limited, but it does add to the posability. For the hips, we get the drop down hinge, so that's pretty good, but it's still pretty limited, and we just get a giant ball peg in there. So, I don't know, it's going to be pretty hard to pose those legs in much of a pose other than pretty much straight up and down. But at least they did give us that, I guess. We just have a ball hinge here for the backwards knee. It rotates and is hinged. And then I think it's just a standard ball peg, little ball peg, almost no range of motion for the feet. It's really just for the swivel, almost nothing else. So again, it's pretty limited. For the tail, I'm told that some of these segments can actually extend a little bit so that the joint works a little better. I haven't had much luck doing that. Mine, I haven't been able to find any that actually stay out or stay in. And they're all basically just double ball pegs You can kind of see a really big one in there, hopefully. And that's what we have throughout. It doesn't give you that great range of motion. It's good enough, and it looks kind of off because of all the segments, but I don't know how else they could have done that. So I guess other than a bendable soft plastic piece, this is the best they could have done, and it's not bad. It's just not great. So again, it's kind of the same idea throughout the entire figure. It's not bad, but it's not great. I do recommend it. I'll pose it here at the end so you can see what he looks like. But don't expect it to be an awesome figure. Just expect it to be an acceptable figure of Mewtwo, so you probably should pick it up because Mewtwo's awesome, and why not add Mewtwo to your collection? So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.